Hello everyone, we have finally received all the information about Mualani's kit, including her skill, burst, talents and constellations, along with her signature weapon stats, so without further ado, let's get started. Mualani is an upcoming Hydro 5-star unit who will be released in version 5.0. She's a Catalyst user and a main DPS, and she's expected to power creep Nuvolet in the upcoming 5.0 update. Starting with her base stats, Mualani gets a bonus HP of 15,185, an attack of 205, and a defense of 570 at level 90. As for her Ascension stat, she gets a crit rate bonus of 19.2% at level 90, similar to other characters who have crit rate Ascension stat in their kit. Moving on to her elemental skill, after casting her skill, Mualani's normal attack will have a 2-second cooldown, which likely means she will be able to use her normal attacks once every 2 seconds. Furthermore, Mualani will enter the enhancement state and go into surfing mode while obtaining 60 Night Spirit points. Under this state, she will continuously lose the Night Spirit points, and pressing elemental skill again will end the enhancement state early. When Mualani is in the enhancement state, she will trigger 3 new effects. First, her movement speed will increase when riding the surfboard, allowing movement on fuel elements and granting immunity to fuel element damage. Second, her normal attacks are converted to shark bites, dealing hydro damage with Night Spirit attribute based on her max HP, and this damage is considered as normal attack damage. And third, Mualani will apply a prey mark and gain a stack of charge when she collides with an enemy. Mualani can supposedly move on fuel elements after entering the enhancement state, but unfortunately, the source didn't clarify what exactly the fuel element is, but it's most likely be a new mechanism. About the prey mark, when hitting an enemy with prey mark with normal attacks, the mark will disappear and Mualani will fire some sort of missile attacks at up to 5 enemies. The damage to multiple enemies will also decrease gradually, reducing by up to 28% for a maximum of 3 enemies. About the charge, gaining more stacks of charge will increase Mualani's normal attack damage, and her normal attacks under the enhancement state will deal increased damage when she has 3 stacks of charge. Moving on to her elemental burst, Mualani's elemental burst is pretty simple. Upon casting it, she will launch a large shark missile, dealing hydro damage to enemies. Her elemental burst cost is 60, and has a cooldown of only 10 seconds. Moving on to her talents, her first talent is called Resilient Freshwater Fish, and when the shark bite, which is her enhanced normal attack, hits an enemy, a fish ball will spawn. Mualani can recover 22 Night Spirit points by collecting the fish ball, and only 1 fish ball can be summoned using this method under the Night Spirit Blessing period. Her second talent, Night Domain Continuation, Bottom of the Abyss. When the Night Spirit point is maxed out, Mualani will consume fuel elements to maintain the Night Spirit Blessing. The Night Spirit transfer can be performed in areas with fuel mechanism devices. This is a new mechanism, so just wait until we get more information about this. When the on-field character is running, swimming, or in mid-air, and is switched to Mualani, she will enter the Night Spirit state and gain 40 Night Spirit points, and this effect can be triggered once every 10 seconds. Additionally, when Mualani moves on the water surface, her Night Spirit value consumption in Natlan is reduced to 25%. Meanwhile, when she is outside Natlan, the consumption is reduced to 65%. Her third talent is called the Best Guide in Natlan, and when a party member triggers the Night Spirit activation, Mualani will gain a stack of insight that lasts 20 seconds, and she can gain a maximum of 3 stacks. When firing the missile attacks, Mualani will lose the stacks and her damage will increase by 20, 30 and 40% depending on the number of insight stacks cleared, and the damage is based on her max HP. Moving on to her constellations. Her C1, Mualani's Night Spirit consumption is reduced by 70% when she is not in battle. Her first enhanced normal attack after entering the enhancement state will deal additional damage equal to 75% of her max HP. And the damage reduction effect on the elemental skill will also apply to this. Her C2, Mualani will gain 2 charges of elemental skill after entering the Night Spirit state. She will also gain 20 Night Spirit points after collecting the fish ball from her passive. Her C3 and C5 increase her elemental skill and burst level by +3. Her C4, Mualani will recover some energy and her elemental burst damage will be increased by 200% after collecting the fish ball. And at last, her C6, the restriction on Mualani's first constellation will be removed, and the enhanced normal attacks will gain an additional 5% crit rate and 10% crit damage. So we're getting another 5-star character whose full potential is locked behind their C1 and C2. Moving on to her signature weapon, according to the data shared by Fowl, Mualani's signature weapon provides an attack bonus of 542, and a crit damage of 88% at level 90. As for its passive, it grants a 20% increase in HP, and the normal attack damage of the character is also increased by 48%. Each normal attack consumes 12% of Night Spirit effect, and triggering Vaporize reaction increases damage by 12%, with a maximum of 48%. Mualani is looking like an extremely good character to me at the moment, and after the recent Nuvolette nerf, I think Hoyoverse is also planning to make her more powerful than Nuvolette, so I don't know what to say. Anyway, that's all in this video, so see you in the next one.